You're a yummy chocolate yogurt in the fridge. Juicy news, huh? Check it out. This is some juicy news as well. We have PulseChain coins ripping green, and it's only just the start because HEX is a better Bitcoin. Just amongst the other things we're going to discover, friends. Ink is greener than any other logo. PulseX is better than Unisoy. Pulse is better than Ethereum. I hate to say it, friends. Ethereum is, oh man, Ethereum's a bug eater chain now, man. Like literally, Ethereum. It's not. I know I always joke, but actually, Vitalik does eat bugs. He does eat the cricket things for protein source as well. So, friends, I know that's actually fantastic to see. Bitcoin is at $58,000, giving the green emoji here, and Ethereum is still getting the brown shoe, which we're going to go through now. We're gonna have to spin the helicopter hat, and friends, I'm actually gonna give you one big fat giant crank pump, and this one actually goes hard. Friends, the September candle, it's almost green. Almost there, baby. All right, now, Bitcoin at $58,000. Ethereum is still acting like, yeah, Vitalik's taken, which he is, which we obviously want that to change. We still have our fib targets here, friends. This is Ethereum in its third cycle curse. It needs to continue battling this zone. It needs to go much, much, much higher. What else can we really do besides wait? It's very nice to see, though. There's some life out there. You got to see that, friends. You've been watching my videos. Shout out to the baby doll out here. I think it was Luke. He made a mention of, I made that video for you just recently showing you that one person who, like, you sell HEX down and you went and bought soil. Now, soil ends up going up as well, but, like, it's really risky to sell something down 99%, bro. Really, really, really risky. Real risky, man. Really risky. Okay, so you got to be careful, man. It's up 25%. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. It's still really, really, really cheap as well. So obviously, the market has chosen HEX as a superior store of value, plus 27% and plus 25%. Only the start of things to come. I guess we'll see, friends, because, you know, it's just on the weekly chart. You know, it's just, what else can you really do out here? You know, friends, Bitcoin's price is still around that 58K, but I think it's feeling bullish because they're like, oh, we're not dying in Rectember. Now, the weekly SuperTrend, baby dolls, is still green, of course. And I saw a comment from a gentle friend in Twitteroonies. And he said to me, he asked, Somi, is the weekly SuperTrend, is it like an extreme powerful indicator to trade off? And why is it any superior or like, you know, or compare it to like moving averages? Now, here's the thing. Everything's 50-50. Everything. There's just, in my SuperTrend there, it's a weekly chart, okay? So most people, they're using dailies. Now, I know daily to weekly is just one time frame up, but it's no. Weekly is 7 times bigger than daily. So you basically need 7 times larger players to impact stuff and close stuff in a certain trend or direction. Now, friends, what I'm going to do is we're going to start with this great post by BCB, because when you look at moving averages, for example, we'll actually go here, right? You see this 21 EMA. This is actually moving average, the dots, the yellow dots. Now, a super trend removes time. So it's just the distance. That's it. It just makes a band. There's this. If a market stays in a sideways forever, it has no informational compute there. It's like, okay, you're still in the range. Nothing changes, okay? But with the moving average, as you go sideways, see how this moving average is going up and up and up and up and up. And look, as it goes sideways, your moving average now is basically an average. So I don't like that as much. Now, moving averages, you do need them. Of course, you do need them. If you're going to trade, don't trade, friends. Don't trade. Okay, 99% you're going to get destroyed. But I like how moving averages, they include time and super trend don't. Because if something goes sideways for a while, the moving average catches up. And then if you dip a bit below that, the moving average, you're now bearish, which is actually what it looks like here. So you can see a lot of people get faked out. This is why a lot of people get faked out in different charts, friends. You see this, look, see, you close below the 21 EMA here. You're like, oh, let's get short. No, let's get long. No, let's get short. Look at that. See, this red one closed. Oh, no, let's get long again. Oh, we closed the week above green. Sweet, let's get long again. No, let's get short. There you go. Literally, friends, you literally got destroyed. We moved nowhere, okay? The SuperTrend, though, remember, has no time element. It's just the volatility. And it's adaptive. The volatility is adaptive. So that's why I like it. I like it more. But friends, it's not really about the indicator. It's about the time frame, really. Because the bigger the time frame, the harder it is for you to screw up. But also, you get less frequency of things moving, right? So it doesn't really cater to, you know, all the dopamine junkies. Now, friends, I've got to start off by saying, believe in something. Believe. Put your hand on your heart. Spin your helicopter hat. Whee! You got to believe, man. If you don't believe, that's it. Hey, where was the sign? HEX was going to go up 25%. I don't know, man. Was it Mr. Steph? Steph said it was bottom. I don't know. No one knows. But it's random, okay? It's random. And that's why a lot of people say, has a bottom, has a bottom, has a bottom. Look, bro. I've made videos telling you how thin liquidity is. Any day, someone can just wake up and go, boop, 30% down. Any day, any person, any coin, anywhere, all right? So I've seen everything in markets, man. I'll never, ever, ever, like, I have no faith in anything. Like, oh, this is 100% bottom. It's just, you never have that 100% confidence ever. Shout out to the baby dolls in the poker center. Believe in your friends. Be a loud microphone. Make as much noise as you can right now for the communities you believe in. Do not fret over red candles. Show everyone you are loud on red and green days. Valhalla awaits us. Yes, actually very, very nice, lovely post. And you know what? We're going to play some Pokemon Journey music. That's right, friends. Route 24. Leveling up. You know what I mean? You're trying to, like, get that little potion off one trainer, dodge the other one. It's beautiful. Now, friends, I have this interesting post here from Blockchain Backer, and basically the theme is this time it's different. But obviously, I knew as soon as you said that, I go, oh, I know what this video is going to be about, what this post is going to be about. So, in every cycle, in every market, stocks, commodities, whatever, it's always different. It's never 100% fully the same ever. All right, there is a lot of similarities, but it's always different. It's kind of like, friends. Oh, okay. With relationships, you know, like, oh, every relationship, okay, there's different humans, they're different countries, they speak different languages, but, okay, you know, there's some things where, like, okay, if a father is not attending to his kids and his wife and he's out partying 6 months of the year, you know, one father parties in Vegas, another father parties in Cancun, another father just goes out with the boys or whatever. Yeah, it basically, you degrade the relationship. Just giving you an example, right? But you go, oh, but this time is different. But you don't know, there's circumstances. But you know, like, okay, these types of things lead to that eventually. You know, some relationships break up in a week after that. Some last 10 years. You see what I mean? You know, if someone goes to jail, his missus is going to leave him, for example, right? Some of them, so you see what I mean? Some of the girls will leave in a week. Some of them will stay 10 years. Some of them will stay 10 years and then have other boyfriends. That's true as well. You see what I mean? But the relationship degrades. Now, we can use that same parallel here in markets. And we have to look at this, friends. This is the Bitcoin chart. It's like, we want to know where we are right now. So this is where we are right now. Now, this orange line is the 50-day moving average. All right. So that's why I gave you that speech about, you know, I like super trends. I like super trends. But if you're using this 50-day moving average, because Bitcoin's been slower to go euphoric, which we got to remember, what's euphoria? Euphoria is, and I'll show you right now, euphoria is your extension above the moving average. And we know that's dropping over time. And I remember, I even have that, not even like making it up. This is a 200-week moving average. Look, in 2013, Bitcoin went up 20x above the moving average, 200-week moving average. Look at this. But in our past cycle, it only went up 5x above the 200-week moving average, which is the 4-year moving average. You see that? It used to go 20x, then that next cycle was 10x, and then this one was 5x. You see how the euphoria is going down? So you're disconnecting above the moving average less and less and less, all right? Now, in his chart here, he has this 50-day moving average, just showing you, based off the stats. Now, I know this as well, because I know Crypto Crew University Steve looks at this, but I'll be honest, friends, it's not that important to me, but I want to show you why they're looking at it. So look at this, okay? So in 2013 here, look, you touched the moving average and the bear market came, okay? And then you didn't touch it again. The next time you touched it was 2018, the bear market came, okay? Here you touched it, zombie virus came, and then up here you touched it, and then that was the complacency run. This is China ban Bitcoin, and then the bear market came. You see that? So you have all these times, oh, whenever you touch the 50-day moving average, it's game over. But what I'm kind of showing you is like Bitcoin's maturing over time, that the 50-day, it's such a fast moving average that maybe because it's becoming more fatter and thicker liquidity, maybe the new 50-day moving average is like a 75-day. But don't get hung up on these little numbers, okay? But I'm just giving you the, I'm spoiling it for you before we start. So BCB, this time is different. The most dangerous words a retail investor can repeat that ultimately leads to game over. Yeah. So he says, examples, zombie virus, Tesla is buying Bitcoin, $100,000 diamond hands, FTX, ETFs, right? He goes, it's always something, and this time is different means a different result. So even in his example, friends, at the bottom of the FTX collapse, he was in church, and the pastor, the priest, basically says, don't put your faith in FTX. They said that literally at the literal bottom. Bitcoin, $15,700. I remember that day. I remember, I remember the videos coming out. I remember that Martini Gimp was bearish. I remember literally that week in November. When I'll bring it to you right now. Right now. So right here. Okay, right here. These weeks, end of November. See this? That was when BCB walks into his church, and then the priest goes, don't put your faith in FTX. And then everyone started laughing in the congregation. Everyone started laughing, and he was the only one laughing. And he was like, oh, crap, this must be the bottom. Well, see, it's funny. He went through something like that, and I'm seeing like, oh, wow, I have 30 influencers here. They're all bearish now. It used to be me and that Martini Gimp. And what does GIMP stand for? Guy in mask permanently. Look it up. Okay, make sure no one's around you. Now, he continues, right? However, no matter what the outcome of the next move will be different from Bitcoin's historical behavior. Why? That's what I just showed you. Because this is the first time Bitcoin has touched the 50-day moving average this early in the cycle. Okay, so I'll bring it up for you again. And that's why he says no matter what happens at this point, Bitcoin's going to be different. Now, you see this blue faint line? That is the Mt. Gox Ponzi fractal. Okay, that's the next wave leg. So we are right on this precipice, aren't we? So we either like, it's either recession or we go up. See, friends, it's really hard. Like you can't time this stuff easily. There's no free lunch because the market, as economic data comes out, it prices itself in. So if we get good earnings, the continued good CPI, the FOMC, and all these other things happen, S&P goes up with it along the way. But if they keep coming bad, if they keep coming out bad, they go down, 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 down. Okay, so instead of up, 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 you don't get a chance to sell crypto at the high or stock market at the high if their economy has already turned hard. Okay, you don't get that chance. I've got to repeat, you don't get that chance. So, but here's Mr. Russell. So Mr. Russell, friends, for example, it's also not giving you a chance to sell high. It is still trying to make its higher low part. And I'm also just going to show you as well. This is the stock market. And look at this, friends. Even Elon Musk, a lot of current year similarities to 1929. That was back in 2023 last year. So if we actually go and have a look at the stock market, friends, you see that? Look at that, man. Look, that's wild, man. That is wild. See this stock market, see, down here. What was this? Japan, Pokemon Island, come up here. Oh, no, recession. It's going to come. Look at this. Whoop. You see that? It's actually doing it. Look at this. It's crazy. It's sitting at the highs, and it's not going to break the highs unless, like, AI earnings come out and tech earnings come out, and they just slowly price itself in. So you can't get a free lunch, friends, especially in market. You just can't. All you can do is take good bets. You take good bets. So that's why people believe now. You go, well, is it a good bet to be out of the stock market? A lot of people will say, well, yeah, because how much higher can we go up from here? Well, to be honest, you have big risk of it going up here because we know crypto hasn't even broken its all-time high. Bull market showing you the Russell 2000s are through the high, and you have a lot of room for the US Fed to cut just to get to neutral, which is like 1.5% down lower. You see that? So there is a lot of risk on the upside. I know a lot of people say, oh, there's a lot of risk on the downside. No. There's a lot of risk. There's a lot of upside risk. You missed a lot. Okay, and it's very important to understand that. So if we go back, we just read his bottom part. He says Bitcoin sits on its 50-week moving average, right? In every circumstance of Bitcoin's history. So sorry, friends, it wasn't the 50 days, 50 week, but you get a smaller one, okay? In every circumstance of Bitcoin's history where the price reached the 50-week moving average, that has always meant Bitcoin was in a bear market. and that further downside price action to come. So especially if the weekly RSI was in the 40s, which is currently what it is right now. So there you go. It's basically saying, you know, every time we were here, we were in a bear market, right? But that's why I'm showing you as well. I've got to remind you, like, yeah, that's okay. That's true. But what about my chance of being right? Where I'm like, well, we're still red. We're still green on the weekly super trend. This is a green. We still haven't flipped red on it, you know? So as you get to see, friends, you've seen it by now. Like, oh, wow, you can always paint a bull or a bear. You can. Okay, so BCB continues. He goes, if Bitcoin does expand here, and that if that weekly moving average point is the springboard, then it means the 50-week moving average will no longer have a 100% hit rate of forecasting bear markets. It has never been wrong. But yeah, friends, that's so common, man. In every single cycle in crypto, there's always the indicators that go, this thing has never failed before, and then it fails. Okay. Oh, by the way, do you remember one called Stonk to Flow? This thing has never failed before. Failed last one. Then I have to go back and change the model. Okay, let me guess. Friends, maybe when Bitcoin's 200K, remember stock to flow says it's going to be 440K. Maybe if Bitcoin hits 200K, people are going to say, the stock to flow has never failed before. It always hits that number. Maybe that might be the top at literally 200K. You see what I mean? People always are painting this stuff. So you're probably sitting there wondering, okay, how the hell do I navigate a space where constantly people are bringing out the 100% strike rate stuff and then they're always failing as you move on? Well, that's why, friends, we got to use our 18 hours a day advantage here. And we just got to think about the risk of being wrong or right based off who we've brought into the markets. You see, what do you do in stocks? You can't do anything. You can't. You just have to be like on board. That's why Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, they go, if you're not owning this thing, if you're owning this thing for 10 minutes, you better be willing to own it for 10 years. They generally say that. They generally mean that. With crypto, though, we have not onboarded the whole world. So the subset of eyeballs, and I know you love balls, it's a family-friendly show, we've only got 520 million people in crypto now. We could have 7 billion. So that is literally billions and billions and billions of retailers with no experience. So when they come in, they get excited at tops and you can feel it. More tattoos, more things coming. You get the point? So crypto's unique because we're still growing huge. Okay, you don't get this in any other market. You don't have people who like consistently sell the tops of the commodity cycle or this or that. If you sell the top of a commodity cycle, friends, I'm not joking, it takes like 3 to 5 years to turn around. I'm not even kidding. And you have to look at the ratio to equities. They're always moving portfolios. You see, that's why it's really hard in that game. You really got to know that industry, man. Like in each industry, you really got to specialize. Like look at us, man. Like it's funny. I bring out all this information. It sounds so obvious to us, but do you understand how much of a crack smoking addict I look like? Not just to you, but to everyone else when they're like, have a $250 million fund. And I'm like, bro, Ty Lopez is now in. You got to get out. Forget all the narratives, bro. Oh, the US Fed just added Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Fuck the US Fed. Shh. Ty Lopez is in. Get out. Get out. And see, I'll spin the helicopter hat. See how crazy I sound? But hey, man, how are you meant to tell people, all right, there's a dude who comes in at the top, only at the top. Jim Cramer's bullish. We had a meme coin hit 100 bit. You see what I mean? It doesn't work with them. It works for us because we know we're skits. It does not work for them, though. And friends, I've seen conversations on Twitter. People who trade traditional markets, they get abused by Zoomer kids in crypto. They're like, bro, how haven't you made 150% in the past 1.5 years? Bitcoin just went up only. And these people come in and they say Bitcoin has no fundamentals. There's no way to price it. They actually say all these things. They have no idea. They have no idea. They don't even believe in this 4-year cycle. They don't believe in 4-year liquidity index either, friends. So it's wonderful to see that these things, okay, we still have an edge. Quality. That's why I'm telling you, man, it's really important. You just got to hold, man. You really got to believe. Okay, you really, truly got to believe. So, you know, BCB says, so mathematically by default, it means the next move for Bitcoin will be different. We will no longer imply confident meaning to the 50-week moving average, or cycle theory will be officially dead. Either Bitcoin falls without an expansion for the first time ever, or the 50-week moving average is a springboard, which it has never done before. One way or another, this time will be different. See, the data, the indicators are changing, but that's why, friends, it's a probabilities game. What do you think has more weight in your model of allocation? So I personally, I know I love and appreciate every single one of you, but I like that think about this, friends. I like the fact that the global liquidity index, bro, you haven't even broken your high. Like, you haven't really started even firing up that money printer. You haven't even started yet. I like that. And I like Tether still printing. By the way, the top of the cycles before, okay, the crypto market tops out before these things turn around. So you can see crypto market had topped out. They were still printing new highs and Tether was still making new market cap highs. So that's why you might say, but hey, it's not a guarantee. I know it's not a guarantee. It feels like there are more bears out there. Remember, your friend Tommy once again got to let's play some. Remember, friends, I told you the bear market will start when we kill the final bear. Okay? That's when the bear market starts, when you run out of buyers because you've killed all the bears. Okay? Are there bears around? Yeah, there is. There is. There's so many YouTube influencers, not just Gamer Trades, Georgie Gammon, or everyone. So many people are bearish, fans. So many people. People are bearish with the portfolios. People, by the way, people don't even believe altcoins are going to have a massive run again next year. I don't even feel like it. I'm like, you know what? You're all a scam again. So there's a lot of bears out there. There is a lot of bears. I know we just look at the big mainstream people just to do views, but there are a lot of bears out here. So ultimately, there are a lot of bears to destroy. So think about that. Now, baby dolls, I have some news regarding Cripple. So XRP, friends, the Grayscale ETF, they've launched like this little fund for XRP, and it's like an ETF for it. But it's just an accredited Grayscale ETF. And if you check the price chart now, I mean, it's still down here. Remember, man, bro, you've been going nowhere for like 8 years. My gosh. Let's see if did Ripple even, yeah, see a Ripple like, yay, we got an 8-9% move. We come back down 5%. So you get to see they're trying to work, everything's trying to work towards the ETF to get people in. That's the long-term goal, just to let you know, okay? The ultimate goal of crypto, you know, for us, but if you're smaller, right, because you're early, you do the work and research, you just need exchanges to list your coins, and in a bull market, you have enough liquidity to exit if you're a giant player, right? Look at the Solana VCs. They're exiting by just dumping because of Bybit and Binance Exchange and stuff. But if these things are all going to grow much bigger, there's not enough liquidity out here for retail yet. You need ETFs to come in. That's what's happening in Bitcoin, right? That's why Bitcoin ETF, they're just getting distributed on for a long time. Germany, all the sexy German ladies just dumping on everyone, right? So see what I mean, friends? So you need bigger and bigger players to help them get out. That's why a lot of these big coin founders, they can't get out. They literally can't. There's not enough liquidity, okay? But you and I can get out. We can get out fine. We're okay, but you don't have a $50 million fund trying to make $250 million. You see what I mean? But these people do. So ultimately, that's what they're all going to be working towards. Now, do they succeed or not? Well, the fact that I asked that question, I hope you're getting inspired. It means I'm bullish. I'm like, oh, we don't even know if they're going to succeed or not. Because I can see in 10 years where they all succeed. I can see in 10 years a lot of things succeed. And I can go, wow, we had no idea if it was all going to work or not. But that's why I was bullish. That's why there's a lot of things to conquer. When it's obvious all the ETFs are going to be here and it's just a bunch of retailer traps, then pretty much the growth has slowed down. And you don't want to be there. You want to be in now. So when all those ETFs come in, friends, there'll be an index out there. Oh, you can buy an index of the top 50 crypto. Yeah, that'll be good for a long-term savings account. You're not going to retire off that. Be careful. Speaking of be careful as well, friends, the Australian scum government wants to fine internet companies enormously for failing to spread misinformation. Look at this. Australia wants to fine internet platforms up to 5% of their global revenue for failing to prevent the spread of misinformation. So friends, as you can see, this is totalitarian garbage. Like misinformation, it's like the soy index, the social index. It goes, oh, you don't have blue hair people in your office floor? Okay, we're going to give you 1 out of 100. We're going to fine you because you're not inclusive. You see what I mean? They have to make the rules because they're all scum, right? They're all bug eater scum. Oh, you ate too much meat this week. You're meant to eat more bugs. So give me 5% of your revenue. So it's more control and stuff. And I want to show you this picture of perspective, okay? So that's pretty much it. So what's misinformation, right? What's information? You can say, oh, you didn't tell me to do this, therefore you were hiding it from me, therefore it's misinformation. Also, to let you know, they trial this stuff in Australia, UK, and Canada, and sometimes Britain. They trial it in our countries, and then they go throw it over there in the US. Okay, my whole 15 years of my life, I see something weird in Australia, I go, that's weird. I bet it's going to be in America 1 or 2 or 3 years. What do you know? A year or two later, they're starting to talk about it in the Congress and stuff. So they're trialing it out here because of the 5 eyes. I'm not sure everyone knows. You should know about the 5 eyes. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Americana, and who else? Someone else out there. Maybe Europe, whatever it is. They all spy on each other for each other. So America spies on its own citizens. What they do is they connect to a server in Australia, and then they go back and do the spying because that's how they do the loophole. The loophole is you're not allowed to spy on your own citizens. So what they do is, they go, all right, let's beam a light of message to Australia. So technically the message is rerouting back here, but since what a load of shit. What a bigger scam as well. That's literally, imagine you could go commit a crime, but you're like, no, I didn't commit the crime here. I committed it from the Bahamas. I have a computer set up in the Bahamas, and I did everything from there. No, it wasn't me avoiding taxes. No, it wasn't me doing that. I routed my message through crowd. So that's not me, right? I did the message from, why don't you put a satellite on Mars and then just beam a message there? Oh, it wasn't me. I was a Martian technically at the point of time I did it. So you see how they just bend the rules for themselves, but it's ultimately very sad how that happens, right? And how it works. But the deep state trial these junkie policy friends, and it's garbage, but what can you do? You know what I mean? Go screw them. Luckily we have crypto, right? Also got to give you a nasty warning as well. The new MakerDAO protocol will collect your IP address, wallet information, and other details. Look at this. Information collected automatically. IP addresses, wallet IDs. So MakerDAO, remember friends, they let you mint a stable coin with, it's like over collateralized, right? So it's safe. They let you mint DAI right now. They're making a new one, USDS. And the S is meant to stand for sky, but I call it soy. So it's USDS. I'm not going to use it. Screw them. They can go suck a fat one. MakerDAO, yeah, more like Bug Eater DAO to me. So if you want a real stable coin, how about that pDAI? Also, I saw Mr. Tangent, friends. I don't know if it was a meme or not, but you got to really be careful because the ticker for pDAI, it's DAI, DAI. Don't get fooled. There are a lot of scammers. What they did was, because the pDAI community on PulseChain, they have to separate themselves and make it easily to be searched on Twitter. So the dollar that we have to write is pDAI, pDAI. However, when you go search for it, you don't buy pDAI on PulseChain. That's buying into a scam. Okay, that's not pDAI. The ticker is just DAI on PulseChain. That's why, you know, in a lot of my posts, I'll tag $BDAI and I'll write in brackets, the ticker is $DAI on PulseChain. But it gets really annoying to just always type that over and over again. So I'm just here to help you. Now let's get to the sexy stuff. HEX is up 28%. That's pHEX. This is PulseChain HEX, and this is Erection HEX. This is up 22%. It's beautiful to see. Obviously, all the coins on PulseChain, very, very nice to see this. But, you know, I mean, they're still very low. I mean, look at this. This is like a little pump for ants out here. But it's just nice to see this green. Finally, this thing. Hey, can you turn around? We're actually still lower. Wow. PulseChain is still 28% lower than when everyone went nuts before. This is a weekly chart. That's why I use a weekly chart, friends. See, these things take a while to round off. You see this? It took a while to round off. I mean, like, hopefully we're meant to be rounding off now. You never know. It might catch up like this. We do have quite some distance to make. Like, look, you always got to think about what your value is, friends. Like, if you add up, look, Pulse is only 600 million market cap. Now, I know, look, there is a dilution effect. Of course, the tokens got split. But we're moving into 2025 in a few months. Okay? We're moving into 2025. So, like, if we're talking about, in 2021, the people put coins and it's the same community and blah, 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 all some of these theories. Yeah, man, that's 2022 and 2023 content, right? That's when it started. When I'm telling you PulseChain was diluted because the community didn't add any people, it just split the pie. All I'm doing is I'm explaining why the price is dog shit. Okay, I'm explaining that to you. And, you know, obviously a lot of people got hurt by that. They're like, FUD. And then as the price went down and down, they're like, okay, now I'm going to listen. Okay, because that's what happened. So I'm telling you, this is not meant to be like a good or bad thing. I'm just telling you factually, you want to know, why is the price so dog shit? I'll go, well, the price is dog shit, number one, because the price went dog shit. Surprise, surprise. But also because we had to split it up. That's why it went double dog shit. It was 2 steaming piles of poop. So lack of demand, price went down, and then you split it off. So it was harsh. It was harsh on everyone. So you got to think now, though, for the future. All right. So that's why, like, if we do a 10x from here, people are going to say, hey, don't get greedy. Exit at a 10x. And I'll be like, no, go stuff yourself. Why exit at a 10x? Because Pulse would have only been 6 billion market cap. And maybe by then the rest of the market's higher. Maybe Cardanzo is 30 billion by that point. Okay, so I'm like, well, if PulseChain is 6 billion for the Spear, PLS, and Cardanzo, Charles Hoskinson coin, is 30 billion, I don't see PulseChain as overvalued whatsoever. I don't care we've gone 10x. We were like 10x undervalued then. Okay, we should go and flip Cardanzo. Okay, so we have another 5x to go from that point. Now, it doesn't mean you're necessarily right, but I'm just showing you that's what gives you conviction. Because here's the thing, friends. Bitcoin's going to hit 100K, all right? And then, hopefully, Bitcoin hits 100K, and then a lot of people, retailers, are going to exit. They're going to exit when it dips back down to 80. And then we're going to sit here on our squeaky chairs saying, selling Bitcoin at 80K, you are a poopy head. You have soy hands. Because why should Bitcoin, a pure form of money, why should it be 1/10 of gold's valuation? I don't think it should be like that at all. I think it should be at gold's valuation. I think it's got 10x to go. Not going to say it goes 10x this cycle, but you see what I mean? So that conviction helps you to hold Bitcoin from the 80K to 100 to 120, 140, 150, 200K, 220, 240. Okay, that type of belief lets you hold there. So maybe PulseChain never does a 200x from here, friends. But because you believe it's a better Ethereum, right? Because you believe it's a better Ethereum, you actually get to at least witness it rather than being a soy paper hand who exits out. Now, all the coins are liquidity linked, friends. They are all liquidity linked. This is PulseX. If you want to see PulseX to Pulse ratio, which is very important to look at it kind of it bounced off this 21 EMA. That's actually nice. So I don't know what this thing does. They're basically, look, friends, like the way to look at it is, look, Pulse is the spear. Okay, so Pulse is the spear. You can actually write it here. See, PLS is the spear. And then everything else is leverage on Pulse. Okay, now HEX was meant to be leverage on Pulse. Problem was, unfortunately, it was still overvalued at launch. That's why it dropped another 90%, which sucks, right? But that's the truth, okay? So, but from today now, we've rinsed everybody out. Not absolutely everyone, but we've rinsed a lot of people out, okay? Majority of it out. You know, you still got BankX, or there's always lurking ones out here, but you rinse a lot of people out. You can pretty much say from today, everything from here is leverage on Pulse. But there's a caveat to that, okay? There is a caveat to that. Oh, look at this, because this is nice, HEX Pulse. The asterisk is how much leverage you get is a function of how risky you appear. Okay, so HEX, I know it's risky to everybody else out there in crypto, but they got it wrong. HEX is one of the lowest risk coins outside of Pulse. It's Richard Hart's baby. Okay, he's not going to let this die. You see what I mean? Now, not letting it die doesn't really mean it goes up forever. I'm just telling you, okay, so it doesn't get abandoned. The HEX community, right? PulseX as well. So HEX, PulseX, and now you have Inc as well. So they're the core coins. The core coins, they have low risk. So if you get low risk, you'll get low return. Now, this is the beautiful part, friends. The beautiful part is the whole PulseChain ecosystem is deep value, contrarian. Everyone says Richard Hart is a fat Ponzi scammer. You have OG Faraday, everybody else doing this stuff. Friends, you even have Storyteller Martini pretending HEX doesn't exist. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's so contrarian, it's eating itself with it. That's how deep value contrarian is. It's like a shit show. It's a circus. However, friends, if you just come in with some Kleenex and some Windex, you wipe away the poop from the windows like they do in Silicon Valley and stuff. Once you do that, you're like, wow, it smells fresh. Get some lemon. Smell the lemon out. It smells nice, okay? But for now, it's taken its time to eventually smell nice. So if you want more leverage, you got to do more research. That's why I've got a fluffy microphone. You have pDAI, friends. You remember pDAI as well. So just showing you pDAI. You have Icosa. So these are the leverage, right? Now, this is the EHEX price chart. Remember, EHEX got relegated to like a lottery coin, but it's like the first lottery coin outside of the core coins. So it is a core coin, okay? It's just that it's so low, man. It's just ridiculously low. So if you look at even, this is the EHEX to pHEX ratio out here. Yeah, it's around here. So you get to see that as you take on more risk, there is more risk that you think gets abandoned, but you get potentially higher upside. So this is Icosa. Icosa like is still super, super, super low and the liquidity is thin. But man, you want to see a strong chart, check out Icosa to HEX. Look at this, it's scooping up. So man, if HEX does a 25x, Icosa can do like 100x. So, you know, that's Icosa or Alex. It's related to HEX, it's the expansion pack. See, there's a risk curve everywhere, right? Big Daddy Bitcoin, then you have Ethereum, then you have Pulse, then you have the core coins of PulseChain. Okay, you have, you know, EHEX, PHEX, Inc. You have PulseX, you have those. Then you start to have the Icosa, which is the expansion packs of them. You see that? And then you start to move into other stuff, okay? Now that's where the sexy, amazing things are. So if you go to any other chain, going to the other stuff, it's tough because they get abandoned every 15 seconds. Now, there are great coins out there, you know. You have different parts out there moving out there in crypto land. But they take research and time, which is what we've done. That's what we've been doing for months and months and months, for years, man. We've been doing this for years. So obviously, one of the best leverages on Pulse so far has been pDAI. This is the Atropa ecosystem, right? So look, it's actually flipped green on the weekly SuperTrend. I mean, like even from my video out here, what's still up 11x on Pulse. Up here's up 14x. So friends, even from up here, man, if it goes up and it hits the friendship targets up here, you get another 4x on Pulse. Man, if Pulse does a 25x from today, that's 100x. On that, that's if you get it. They're big ifs, but hey, you never know, man. Like you're gonna miss the shot if you don't take it. You know what I mean? Like you're guaranteed to miss it. So that's why you need exposure, and you have to decide how much you want. This is Richard Hart's green candles. He posted this on December the 3rd, 2019. Richard Hart anniversary pic of this picture. He posted, "Who's ready for some erect green candles?" right before he starts streaming with his chair, and then everything started to go from there. Shout out to Mr. Rebel as well. Mr. Rebel did some inspirational posts. So he compared here, right? He compared Blast Chain. Remember, friends, there's Blast Coin on PulseChain as well. Still alive. I know the price doesn't look alike, but friends, it's okay, man. Like, friends, trust me. I wanna choke everybody out with my bear hounds as well. I want to like literally get a bear. I don't care if it's a cute little fluffy bear. I want to just choke it out with my bare hands. But you know, Ethereum's at 2,300, bro. Ethereum is 2,300. ETH BTC is 0.04. It's dog shit. The Pulse, the SPI's down 70% below day one sack. Like, all the leading indicators are garbage, right? And it all comes because Mr. Russell's below. They're all low. So it's not like they're up and your thing is failing to catch attention. That's the worst thing ever. They're not even up yet. Like it's kind of like, okay, the traffic light is still red and you're wondering why you're like, man, this car's not fast. You're like, yeah, bro, the traffic light's red. We're literally stopped at a stop sign. It's a traffic light. It's red, okay? When it's green, okay, we can start talking about it. Right now it's red. So that's why I'm helping you understand that. So Mr. Rebel compared PulseChain to Blast in the ass. And see, they both did $15.7 million of volume for the past 25 hours, right? 24 hours. So they're doing similar volume, but obviously Blast is an Ethereum layer 2 governance token chain, but there's no Blast maxis, man. All the VCs who got the coins. Where's the cult? Where's the cult? If Blast drops 99%, I know you're all out. So you can't say to me, what if HEX drops 99%? I'm like, oh brother, it dropped 99.42%. And guess what? EHEX maxis are still around. Okay, so obviously there are no EHEX maxis. EHEX maxis are just, you can't kill my spirit. You can't kill any part of me. So it is beautiful to see these things turn around. So friends, you know, if you look at stuff like Teddy Bear as well, remember all the Atropa ecosystem, everything is linked. So this thing is swooping up, but you have to look at the pulse ratio. You can have a look at it. So it's obviously near the high, but you got to remember, like, that's why it's really important to buy low, friends. Like, because Teddy Bear has been going look at it. It's been going sideways here for a year. See what I mean? So if you're buying highs, this is very important. All right. If you're buying highs, you run the risk that you're going to have to wait a long time, okay, to get back. You run risk. So, but here's the thing. If you buy highs, you're feeling good because you're trading with the fast money. But if you buy high and hold, not all of them are true breakouts. So you look at this, okay? So if you bought high up here, that was the wrong one. 2, wrong one, 3, wrong one, and now you're hoping number 4 ends up going up, but so far it's stopping, right? So you see but like that's what happens, right? If you're buying high, that's the world you're in. Like if people go and buy Bitcoin at 100K, 150K, you're like, all right, man, there's a chance you're buying near the top. You're gonna have to wait another 4 years before you get up. So you see what I mean? So if you stomach the pain, if you remove all the FUD, there's all these influencers out here saying, this thing is a bad coin, right? Oh, this thing is right and this thing is wrong. If you actually listen to those people, you're gonna cop it. Because those people will tell you, don't worry, this is going up 1000x. And guess what? I hope they all do. I really hope they all do. But you're not here to know the future. No one can know the future. You're here to take good bets. Okay? On the polar opposite, you have Tang Gang HOA friends. So this thing is down. Wow, that's awesome. Down 85%. But if you check it for the pulse ratio, once again, there you go. Hanging around here. So these things wake up when the speeds go up. Okay, and not just up 10% in the day. You need the speeds to cross a threshold. I think everybody would feel nice if Pulse was like above 1.2x day one sack, because then the Pulse ETH ratio from July 2021, everybody's actually now finally in profit again from day one entry, right? So that's what it takes. It's kind of like watching Ethereum. If Ethereum hits $4,000 the first time, not everyone just starts buying shit coins like amazingly. Maybe they need it to stop at 4, 5, 6 and hover around there, then everything goes, okay? So you've learned a lot today, my friends. Let's hope it keeps going. Make sure you like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.